So we have a post from the Reddits, okay? And it says people who expect loved ones to pick them up from the airport are a-holes. This is an unpopular opinion, okay? I saw a post where people said if their partner or friend won't pick them up from the airport, it's a red flag. And some even cut them out of their lives. The entitlement is insane. Most airports are at least 30 to 45 minutes, many 60 minutes, an hour each way without traffic or weather delays. Expecting someone you love to waste potentially 2 hours round trip, maybe more with traffic, shows you don't value their time. There are various options for people of all budgets: bus, train, airport shuttle, taxi, rideshare app, parking, etc. And even if you think you're exempt because you politely ask, you're putting that person in an awkward position and they'll probably reluctantly say yes. Just don't ask. If they offer, I'll always say, no, thank you. I'll just take the train, etc. If they still insist, then I'll only accept if I can give some form of payment, lunch, etc., or if I plan to bring them a gift. But stop expecting it as a right. It is a privilege, okay? But it really depends on the situation that we have at hand, all right? Like for me, for example, when I was coming back from college, I was taking the Suburban Express. I was always taking the Suburban Express because Peoria Charter costs a little bit more. So you're in a shuttle bus, and then they would take you to O'Hare Airport, but for the bus drop off and whatnot, and I'll ask for someone to pick me up, mind you, okay? So I think I paid $30 for a ticket or something like that. And I was going home sometimes every week. You know what I mean? I eventually stopped, but I was going, probably every week, every other week, and then eventually like once a month or something like that. So, I was going there and all that kind of stuff. And I was paying for my ticket to get there, and I was paying for my ticket to get back. Okay. And I was broke. Okay. Still am broke. Nothing changed. But I was like, okay, can people pick me up or whatever? And then it was like, yeah, I'll pick you up at first. And then later on, it was like yeah, I guess, you know what I mean? And then it would be times where I'm like, because it then got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm just not going to go home. Okay. My sister and I, we were like, okay, maybe we just are not going to go home. And, then we don't have to worry about all this. Okay. So we just don't. And then it's like, oh, can you come home this weekend or next weekend? It'll be great. I want to hang out with you. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, who picking us up? Oh, man. I'm like, what? Because you asked me to go, you know what I mean? I gotta pay for this. I mean, I paid $60, because if I were to pay for an Uber, which I've done twice, actually 3 times, but if I've had to pay for an Uber, you're paying like $60. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, your gas ain't that much. Granted, it's your time, but come on, so that's one of the things for me where I'm like, it kind of depends on what's going on. You know what I mean? Especially if you're asking me to go, I would expect for you to give me a ride. Okay. But we're going to get into some comments. Okay. So one person said, I don't think it's that deep. I've picked up friends and family from the airport. Of course, it's not convenient, but that's part of life. Not everything is going to be stress free. I would want my family to do the same for me unless for some reason they could not. Okay. I have another one, and it says it's the hyper individualistic perspective that is becoming common online. Never go out of your way to do anything for anyone, even loved ones. If there's even the possibility, it might make you slightly uncomfortable or take some time out of your day. Me. Screw everyone else. All right. And someone actually made a comment to that because I see this so much in dating now. Anytime something minor happens, too many people jump straight to breaking up because they don't like being inconvenienced at all. I get some of it, but I wish people would be more understanding and responsible. It can't always be me attitude. All right. Another one, it says seeing relationships as transactional and making the whole relationship about keeping score and worrying who's ahead of who is just as toxic as having an attitude of entitlement. Hyper independence is also toxic. Okay. It's okay, even healthy, to be willing to ask for help when you're in a tight spot. By refusing to let people help you without turning it into a transaction where you rush to do something in return because you feel obligated to, may well be putting them in an awkward position. That's the thing for me. And I even had a friend because, my mom, she was, well, I've asked a family member, hey, can you take me to the airport, because I got to get back to school. Then it was like, so then I asked a friend, I was like, hey, it's early, would you be able to take me to the airport or whatever? And he was like, yeah, what time? And I was like, you got to be here at 5 a.m. And he was like, yeah, sure. And we ended up getting there in about 30 minutes because it was like no traffic outside. So that was really cool. He could have said no. And then I would have had to, look to see about them Ubers and them Lyfts, but that's the thing, and I paid him, I think I paid him $10. I'm broke. Like I told you, I was broke. So, I ended up paying him $10, but I mean, you don't necessarily have to, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's just, it's a courtesy, but like some of the other people said, you don't have to take score like, oh, well, I did this for you. You got 1, 2, 3. You got 3 more times. And it's like, come on, man. Yeah. If you don't want to do it, just say no. Okay? Just say no. Hey, I greatly appreciate if you could support me. Simply go to ebay.com. In the search bar, type in Latrice Limited, click on shops, and then support me. I have a wide variety of items on there, many of my own personal Latrice Limited items, such as candles, bath bombs, soaps, essential oil blends, lingerie, robes, so much stuff. I even have men's ties and comic books on there. Definitely support me, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.